Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, we're recording.
We're recording. That's what that strange disembodied lady's voice said. That was weird. That's the first time ever.
One day we're going to
Hi.
do the beginning and it's going to be flawless, but not today. So, welcome back, everybody, to another episode with Yarn as a Second Language. That's a skinny-fingered knitter over there. Her name is Miss Nikki, and I am Princeton, the crocheter of the bunch.
Why does Rue always look like she's trying to escape?
Because she's crazy. She's crazy. We were outside and she's running around like a mad woman. And she wanted to sleep outside, but as soon as we get inside, she's ready to play again.
Oh.
So here she is.
Rue.
Hey, hello, everybody. It's me, Rue. It's about time for another haircut.
Look at her.
It's about time, girl. We're going to go get that haircut again. Oh, so today, everybody, we've got some works in progress. We got some finished objects. We have some shenanigans. Nikki's got a lot of ridiculousness. So
I never have ridiculousness.
Never.
Never. Never.
Or never, ever.
Never, ever, ever.
That's not true.
Well.
So we are going to give it to you today. So how are you, Miss Nikki?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just marvelous.
You have to see my new cup. My best friend got it for me as a surprise.
Cool. An essential part of high fiber diet.
She does me so well. So
Who's it from?
Thank you, bestie.
Oh, your bestie.
Yes, she's so
I don't remember giving that to you.
We are barely friends, so.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, you could move up in the ranks, but we'll see.
We'll see. How's Ricky doing back there?
He's all right. You know, recovering from the breakup with Gracie. He's taken some time out, but
that was hard for all of us.
It's going to take time. Just going to take time.
He looks a little sad, but you know.
Yeah. He's been texting somebody, so maybe he's got an entanglement going. I don't know.
A little llama drama.
And with that terrible pun, what are you working on?
So, my first works in progress, I am making a little hat.
Look how many colors.
So, if you saw I went shopping to Hobby Lobby. We did a video on it. I had bought, gosh, I don't have the label, but this is Yarn Bee yarn. I can't remember the name, and Rue just opened the door.
And she busted out, yeah.
Goodness. And so that is this yarn here.
Nice.
And this bottom, this purple part is just some big twist that, I had sitting around.
But it pulls it together. I like that.
Yep. So I've got a little bit left, and I'm hoping this is enough to finish the hat. I think it will. I'm going to start decreasing about 2 more inches, I think, and I'll start to decrease. So
behind you, Rue is wilding out.
Rue,
Just saying.
Chill out. Goodness. So yeah, I like it. It's this part is very soft. It's a little floaty. It's got some floaters, but it's really soft.
An acrylic yarn?
It is acrylic. Let me see. I have my bag right here. Brief pause while I look for the label. All right. It is this right here.
Arabella metallic. That's nice.
And it is, I believe, 100% acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. It's 50% acrylic, 50% cotton.
Uh-huh.
So
Sometimes cottons can get that halo before you wash them.
okay.
So maybe it'll stop shedding once you get that initial wash over with.
Yeah. So yep. That is one of my works in progress, and I'm
Yes.
liking it. And I like how the colors, I mean, it's kind of, it's pretty much the same around, but it does kind of
Mm-hmm.
fade. So, yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I do too. What you got?
I have finished, so I only have a pre work in progress. I've got the yarn. So I have a very dear friend, and she watches the podcast. So hello, I'm not going to say her name, but hello.
I think I know who it is.
We know who you are, lovely lady. So, like a year ago, I told her, I'll make you a hat. Well, 2020 happened. So here we are with my 2021 do-over. And she has pre-approved this yarn. So I wanted to show the yarn. I've already got the bag, my project bag ready. So she likes earthy, more jewel toned colors. And I had this Malabrigo in my stash. This is Rios. And the colorway is, I'm going to probably say this wrong, Perfuous.
Sure, why not?
And this is the colorway it is. It's gorgeous. Just like my friend. It is amazing. And I took it to work and showed it to her, and she was like, yes. So I was so happy that I found something that she wanted. Most of the times when I give a hat or something, I figure it's a hat. People will wear it if they don't like it. It's a hat. I don't have a huge investment in time in it. And I know people's tastes are different than mine, especially color-wise. But I love this color. I love this. And she will look stunning in this. So I think I'm going to make the same hat, beret style hat that I made our other friend. So I think in this, and I should have looked up the name. Maybe I'll look that up when you're talking, but I think it's going to look gorgeous. She's got beautiful long hair, and she's just got beautiful coloring. So I think this will complement her coloring very well. So I don't have an actual start. I just showed it to her yesterday, but I'm hoping to get this cast on this weekend and get a good start on it. So that is my, Malabrigo Rios is superwash wool. It's merino. So superwash merino. So if she happens to throw it in the washing machine or something, it should make it. So that's my pre-start. That's all I've got.
Well,
I have a finish, a pretty big finish, but I haven't started anything yet.
there's nothing wrong.
Well, and it's good to get, kind of rest and think about what you want to do for your next project. I do owe someone else a hat from like 3 years ago, so I'm going to have to get on the hat production.
So in the spirit of having the yarn but not starting the project,
yes.
Me too.
Oh!
So just today with Miss Nikki, I bought this
mandala.
Look at that.
I love that. I love how it goes. Like, it looks like you got a full repeat of that kind of lighter purple on the outside, and it goes all the way through the color changes to the lighter purple again on the inside. So I think in some of the mandalas, you don't get that.
Right.
Like the one I had, I did not get, cycle back around, I don't think. Right. Or if I did, it was very, very little. But I love that. Which one is that?
This color is Griffin.
Uh-huh.
So, and I will be creating a shawl. Not 100% sure for who, but probably these are my mom's type of colors, probably
Oh,
for mom.
those are
So
beautiful.
yeah, and I'm hoping I can make it in one of these, just one.
No,
So that's
I
the
don't
goal.
know. I used one and I used pretty much all of one and for the shawl I made. And crochet takes up more yarn.
It does, and the pattern that I've decided to do, which I will share later, um, it's very intricate. So I'm using a lot of yarn just to go 4 inches, or I can't remember what the
Oh.
gauge was,
Mhm,
but it's quite a bit.
mhm,
But there's also a lot of spaces, so I'm kind of hoping it evens out.
mhm.
But I am excited to show you all the pattern. But I want to get started first, see if I even like doing it.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that to get a little bit into it to see if it's gonna, especially with something like that, to see if the colors are gonna land right.
Right.
So that's what I think I just went ahead and started mine and just I knew it was gonna they had long color changes and I knew it was gonna take a while. So by the time I got into it, I was like, I'm not going back. This is it. This is it. I'm not. I'm not.
Well,
And sometimes that's just the way it is. You just trust the dye job and move on.
yeah. So I've got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
And I want to preface this real quick. This is important. Okay. This is very important because a lot of people have been on this journey with me for a minute. All right. So, way back when, and
I
a
feel
lot
like
of
it's
you,
story time.
it is, listen closely. Many of you all were with me, and I had tried color pooling, or what else do they call it? Pattern pooling,
Planned pooling.
plan pooling.
Hmm.
And I failed once, twice, 3 times. I was this close to giving up. Okay. Well, today I had to go to the store and buy some more Red Heart Super Saver pooling yarn. Guess why?
Why?
Because I figured this out. I figured it out. Here is, I might have to, yep.
Look.
I wish I could, there we go. Let's do that. Can you see it?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay. So it is pooling. I've got it.
Yeah. It looks very python-y.
It does. It does. Yeah. So I figured out this is what my problem was. I should have grabbed my other one that I was working on. In fact, I can real quick. Um,
Just, I mean, I didn't think you were going to leave your home and
I
get this, but okay.
had to go back to Hobby Lobby. All right. So my first attempt, I'm sure you remember this, and it started to pool and then it started not to pool.
Yes.
It actually don't look that
It
bad now
looks
that I'm
really
looking at it.
good to me.
It doesn't look bad now.
What did you going on?
So I put that down, and then I went to this one, tried this one,
Oh, I don't
and
remember this one.
I wasn't happy with this at all.
Mm. But
Not,
I think you
not,
can see I mean,
but
you can definitely see a repeat there.
right, you
Mhm.
can. So the problem was for this one here, I used a bigger hook,
Mhm.
and that made all the difference in the world.
So it's a gauge thing.
It was a gauge thing for me, and I'm sure it had to do with the tension that I was using. I started off using a 5mm hook for those other two, and this one I use a 5.5, and boom.
It just made it.
Yep.
So that means it was, probably off by like half a stitch or so. I saw that. I told you. wilding out.
So yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Probably just a half a stitch, and that's intimidating that you can be off half a stitch and make all the difference.
Yep.
I think that, hold that back up. That color is vibrant.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that.
And this will be, Joan Ellen. If I'm getting the name wrong, I'm sorry, but she suggested I make a blanket for Rue, and I love the idea. So this will be Rue's blanket.
That's nice. That's super nice. That's super big for Rue.
Yeah. So, and also, and I'm sure people who have done it know this. I'm sure it was also mentioned in the comments. The longer your chain is, the tighter your pooling will be. You know what I mean?
No.
Like this one here, I only chained, I don't know, 50, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would have chained like 100 or 200, the X's would have been smaller, but they would have had more of a
right
pattern, I guess.
Oh.
So I
do you
chained.
think that's why people that I've seen a lot of baby blankets and color pool, like you said, for your Rue blanket, you did a whole bunch more?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think
maybe is how it works.
This might be like 200 or 225 or something like that. So, yeah. And also, nope, never mind. So I'm using the moss stitch for this one for sure. And I'm looking at, I think all of them are the moss stitch. So
yeah.
So yes, ladies, to those of you who have been on this journey with me since the beginning, I did not give up. I took a break for my mental sake. And I've got it now. I've got it. All I had to do was just change my hook size.
And baby Rue's gonna get a blanket.
And you're gonna get a blanket. What do you think about that? She can tear it up.
She will not. She'll be gentle.
Yeah, she'll be real gentle. So, yeah, I'm surprised you don't have more going on in that yarn kitchen of yours.
Oh, well, I do.
Okay.
So I've been trying to be more thoughtful about my dyeing process. So I've tried to, a few experiments, and some of my early experiments I've over dyed, which means you have some sort of base layer of color, and then you figure out what color to put on top of that. And you can get some really interesting effects from that. So I wish I had taken a before picture, but this is one that it was a very hot pink when I started, and it's of course a variegated, and I threw this in some navy blue from my Dharma acid kit, and I love it. Look at that. So I got, a lot of different shades, and I think of course it toned it way, way down, but some of the parts that were very, very light came out like kind of a cloud blue or so. And then some of the parts that were very, very red, I got this kind of burgundy wine color and a dark purple color and, some kind of silvery gray colors in there. So I really haven't done a whole lot. I've had a busy week, but I did throw this into the dye pot. So even something that I wasn't very pleased with at first, I mean, it was fun to do. It was perfectly fine yarn. I could have knit a hot pink hat, but I like this so much better. I think it has more depth of color. I think it's warmer. I think it's a more interesting dye job. So again, if you're not 100% happy with it, throw it in some blue. That seems to be the consensus on the website. Throw it in some blue. But this was just an over dye of a very, very bright hot pink one. So that's all from the dye kitchen. This week I do have some drying, but I wasn't going to fool with that because that's how you get a tangled mess. that your name in high school?
Tangled Mess.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
I was very organized and neat. They called me the proper prince.
You should have never told me that. Mm.
They didn't. But it sounds good though.
Does it though? Okay. So, what else you got?
I don't have anything else.
No.
I mean, I made a couple more washcloths just to make, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. So I made
out of what? Out of some more. We did on the last podcast. We talked about what was the one that I gave you? The yarn, the cottonies. I told you cottonies is coming back. They have a limited edition cottonies coming out. I think it's going to be 60% cotton, 40% acrylic, and I think the old cottonies was 50-50. So I don't know how long it's going to come back, but I think it is.
Well, if it does, I'm going to go ahead and get some if it's similar to the old size. The old one is like, that's the best.
That 50-50 blend gives you, I think it gives you the weight of the cotton, and the acrylic lightens it up and makes it, gives it a little more drape.
Right.
So
yeah, I made this. I did Tunisian crochet with it. There's that. And I put a border on it this time.
Nice.
I don't like it with the border.
Oh, I like it. I can tell there's a border, and I like it.
Really?
I think it frames your work beautifully.
What
don't you like?
I wish I had one without a border in the same color. I don't know. I just like it more without the border. So, and I've gotten several comments. How do you get it to where it's not curled? Well, Nikki, what do you think? How did I do it?
The border helps.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Wet blocking. You're the one that taught me.
What?
Wet blocking.
Oh, I thought you meant in the creation of. Of course, block it out.
Block it out.
Right.
So that's how I got it to, keep it shaped. Wet blocking. And I made this one. It's the same. It's just knit stitch. We've seen one like that before.
Is that the dishy?
This is the dishy. Yeah. So, and the same yarn, just the corner to corner single crochet. We've seen this before too. So that's my, I've got an hour to spare. I'll just knock something out real quick. So don't know what I'm gonna do with all these dishcloths, but
Merry Christmas, everyone.
So yeah, that's all I've got.
That's a lot. What are you talking about? All that's a lot.
Really though, I mean, this hat. P.S. I love using thick yarn. Thick yarn.
Feels so weird right now. But okay.
So I think I'm gonna be a thick yarn user for a little bit.
Stop saying thick. Okay.
Thick with 2 C's.
Okay. See, you're doing too much now. Doing way too much. Your mother watches this podcast. My mother watches this podcast.
I'm just talking about yarn.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not talking about anything, proper Prince.
Rue, Nikki's being weird again.
Not talking about anything. I got a finished object.
Let's see it.
This is my Age of Brass and Steam by Orange Flower Yarns, knit out of Lion Brand Mandala for one of my other co-workers. Oh.
Well.
That finally got to the blue. It finally showed up. I'm not very good at this. So there it is.
Wow, that looks great.
I have a mistake in there. I'm not going to point it out, but I'm not big on darning things. It looks like I dropped a stitch, or I may have picked up 2 strands when I was only supposed to pick up 1, but I don't think.
So what do you mean by darning things?
So if you want to catch any drop stitches you have, because otherwise knitting will unravel. Crochet, your stitches are locked in as you go. If I break one strand in here, this whole thing could, disintegrate because it's only loops. So somewhere in here, I missed a stitch and it was going to unravel if I didn't kind of catch it and weave it into the rest of the piece some kind of way to secure that stitch. So I did that and I didn't do a very good job of it. Trying to see if I can find it because I only found it when I was done. Not when I could have fixed it in process, only when I was done. But I probably over fixed it. I can't see it right now, but it's probably in there. I probably over fixed it, and the way this yarn goes, it was in like this bluish section here. And of course, I didn't have any more blue because I got cheated on the blue in this scheme. So I had to fix it with like some of this kind of dark green. And you can see it from the front a little bit, but I'm not that bothered by it. Like I said, I can't see it right now. If you can see it, please don't point it out. But this is the Age of Brass and Steam. Hey, hey, hey. By Orange Flower Yarns, a very easy triangle shawl pattern. Knitting, purling, knitting two together, and yarn overs. That's it. So I think this is a pattern very accomplishable by a beginner and kind of mindless TV knitting for anybody else. You only pay attention to the pattern for these eyelet rows, and that's like every 10 rows. So you got a lot to go before you have to kind of do a little bit more manipulation. But this is for a coworker. I got it done. Her birthday is coming up this week. I'm ready to box it up, get it ready. It's already been blocked. I might, this yarn is 100% acrylic, so it's not going to block out too much, but I think it lays pretty flat already. I think it, nope, I thought I spotted the mistake. Must be on the other one. I need to stop looking. I think she'll enjoy it. It's a smaller shawl. I used the whole ball. I had maybe, a walnut size amount left, and I was nervous on the bind off, man. I was like, ooh, am I gonna make this? Because I'm not buying another one for this much. Not doing it. But I had enough. I had plenty. I won yarn chicken. That was great.
I'm sorry.
You're playing yarn chicken right now with this hat.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah. To see who swerves first. You're the yarn who gives out first. You're the yarn.
Okay.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, yarn chicken.
I'm thinking I'm gonna lose.
Ugh. But it feels so good when you win, though. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that looks great. I like it.
So I think it turned out very nice. And my coworker, she does a lot of reading. She's got apparently a very nice deck on her house. So she was telling me in the mornings and in the evenings when she's off, she goes out there to read. And here in East Tennessee, we're still having some cool mornings. And in the fall and spring, we do that. We have very cool mornings and evenings. So I hope this will help her out, and I hope she appreciates it. It eventually ended up, I was very unsure about the color. That was the only thing I was unsure about in this process, that the blue was taking so long to show up. But I think it being at the bottom turned into something very dramatic, and it looks like I planned it that way. So that's what I'm going to say. So that again is the Age of Brass and Steam, a free pattern on Ravelry by Orange Flower Yarns. So that takes care of my finished object. So I did take a few days off after knitting that.
You have to rest those skinny fingers.
Oh yes, they gotta last me a lifetime. Already halfway there, so I gotta take care of them.
Well, cool. So we got a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. What do you think you're going to work on next? I've got my coworker's hat, my promised hat that I have not forgotten. I just don't know what to do with it. The yarn hasn't spoken to me yet, so I think I'm gonna work on that next.
I am going to finish the hat. I'm going to start on the shawl with this and work on a ruse blanket in between. So
sounds like a full schedule.
Yeah. So yeah. And also real quick, those of you who follow us on Instagram, you had already seen Miss Nikki's shawl that she just showed. So if you're not following us, what's the problem? Check it out on Instagram. It's Yarn as a Second Language. We have a lot of things on there that we don't show on here quite often. So you guys get a little bit more.
Or you get an early peek.
So yeah, check it out. There's some cool stuff on there. We post pretty regularly. So cool. You got anything else?
I do not.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. And you know what, for me, let me know in the comment section what I should start next. After I finish this hat and get going on the shawl, what do you guys want to see next? Because if you've made it this far in the video, you deserve a vote. So let me know what you want to see me make next.
They're gonna say socks.
You know what? For you guys, I will make more socks.
Whoa, y'all heard it.
Yep. Hey, our viewers, one, we have the best viewers. Two, you guys give like real advice. When somebody mentioned the pooling thing, they mentioned use a different size hook. So that wasn't me just doing it. That was one of our viewers giving us suggestions. So I listen to you all.
Nice. Good to have a big audience, a big group of people rooting you on.
Yep. I won't listen to Miss Nikki, but I'll listen to you guys.
He will not, and his life is the worst for it.
Rude attack. So, all right, well, I guess this is it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you all at the next video.
Bye.
See you guys.